And now, on with the show.
Yeah, we're back.
We're
Hey!
back. I'm actually here this time.
And G's back.
I'm back. I know, right? I missed you guys.
Back,
Wednesday?
Back from your funk.
Man, I'm telling you, that sucked. So, my kid had a cough. No big deal. No fever. No symptoms. Just a cough. I'm like, we're great. And then literally, Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? Or was it Wednesday morning?
It was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday.
Yeah, I was hoping I was going to write it out. I'm like, man, I'm going to make the podcast for Wednesday night. I got this. And I'm like, I'm not making the podcast.
Yeah, about 12 o'clock, she's like, oh, yeah, by the way, guys, I'm not going to be there. You get to run the show.
Yeah. Sorry.
And the worst part is that kid is so old that you can't even sell it because he knows where he lives now. knows his name and shit. So.
Pretty much. That's exactly how it works.
we don't condone.
Oh, yeah. No, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, never done that.
Never.
So
Not Jeremy.
if that clerk at Circle K looks like me, not mine.
So we are here. We have Ember fading in the house tonight.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Where's he at, Jeremy? Come on.
What's up?
So do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Jared,
Steve vocals.
On the bass, Severance drums.
Nice. Okay, so I gotta ask your name. Is there a story behind the name?
Yes. Luckily, if you ever get fired from your job, you get the opportunity of getting to see my name. But no, Severance is just a family name.
Okay, that's a pretty cool name. So I have to admit that I am a huge fan. I followed you for a hot minute, and whenever we decided we were going to have bands from the BAMQ that were going to be on the podcast, and I'm like, leading up to the BAMQ, we should totally, like get bands and double up our podcast and do 2 a week, and let's promote the BAMQ. And so as I'm going through the list, you guys were one of the first ones that I'm like, dude, we got to have Ember fading on. Like, hands down. So I actually was telling my husband, like, hey, these are all the bands and these are the ones that, we were kind of discussing and I really want Ember fading on. He's like, no, that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah, that's my idea. So obviously, thank you guys for coming on and being a part of the show. Like, we really appreciate having you guys on. I am super excited. So I want to know, I'm just going to jump into it because I really want to know. So how did you guys form? Because I know that I saw on your guys' bio that you are from North.
Yeah, I'm from Boston.
Boston, that's what I thought. And you were in a punk band?
I was in like a metalcore, rapcore kind of thing.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, called Last Step, and then I was in another one called Sucker Punch.
Nice.
That was like a hardcore band.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between that and then coming here and just the transition in general?
Well, I mean, I played with some good musicians up in Boston, but
right.
like meeting these guys and playing with these guys is, I mean, it's just been like just incredible. The music that we're putting out is what I've always wanted to do, and so yeah, I'm really happy with the way we're going, especially with writing lately. Yeah, it's coming along really good.
So how are you guys feeling? Like, just in general how did you guys get together? How did you guys come up with, hey, let's do Ember fading? Okay, the laughing tells me I'm going to like this story. So.
Well, they like to troll for men on Facebook or on Craigslist.
On
Craigslist.
So I actually, they were already playing.
Okay.
And the missed connections?
Yes.
On Craigslist?
Yes.
Yeah, they were looking for a little bass player. No, I met them. It was actually the first ever time I had gone on Craigslist to like look for a gig or like look for music stuff. Mm-hmm. Just like out of the blue, and then I just saw them advertise that they were looking for a bass player, and I was like, oh well, they had all my favorite bands as their influences. So I was like,
Nice.
might as well just reach out, see what happens. That was 2 Augusts ago
Yeah.
in 2020.
2020. Yeah.
So
Okay.
since then, it's been chill.
And then we got Sev after our original drummer. He had to drop out of the band because of illness, and he just wasn't up
Right.
to the task. So they played in the band together in Narcan. So
Yes, sir.
and so Seb filled in for us last July as just a fill-in drummer while our drummer was hospitalized, and so and he just was like a lost dog. He stayed.
I still give him puppy dog eyes till this day.
You can't feed them. You can't feed them, or they just never go away.
No.
Yeah, that's really it.
Especially drummers.
Especially drummers. So how did you fit in?
Well, the other drummer was, or I guess, already connected with Steve.
Mhm.
And me and him were in another band, and so he called me to come practice with them and see how it would work, and it worked out. So
Nice.
Yeah.
And it just all kind of clicked.
Yeah.
So how long have all of you guys been together?
Well, all of us got together. Well, the three of us got together in August of
Right.
2020, and then we brought in Sev last July.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you had mentioned influences and that their influences have kind of matched yours. So what were your guys' biggest influence in music?
Tool,
Yes.
Tool, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Primus.
90s.
Yeah,
Okay.
Type stuff.
like new metal stuff.
Yeah.
We play a lot of Limp Bizkit, stuff like that.
Nice.
What else would you guys say?
I'm trying to think what was on the Craigslist. I think it was Tool, System of a Down,
Oh yeah, System.
Nirvana,
Deftones, probably.
Deftones.
yeah, Deftones,
Oh.
Rage
Yeah.
Against the
Love
Machine.
Deftones.
Yeah, definitely Rage.
Yeah.
I think it was actually the first song that we learned together.
Was Killing in the Name.
Killing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because then my favorite bands are basically like Tool, Primus, like they're my top two. So then when
Surprisingly
we had
bass heavy.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
that, yeah,
Hot Chili Peppers?
no,
No.
that's
Nope. That's
funny story about them. They're my veto band.
Really?
Mine too, actually.
Okay, we got two.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not an RHCP band.
We do
No,
not
sir.
like the Chili Peppers. Well, we don't anyway.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know about
don't.
these guys.
That's funny. So what about you? What's your influences?
My influences? Well, I was a jazz drummer at FSU. I used to be in the studio. I kind of, yes, over the pandemic, I kind of started hating like the jazz school at FSU. I loved like all the professors and all like my friends. I just realized that the performance degree wasn't for me. So I was a big jazz player. But I was in another band called Redrawn where we played like punk, like pop punk, some like metalcore.
Okay.
And so I just really like fell in love with that music a lot more.
Right.
And those chops instantly transferred when I started playing with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I met him through the College of Music. I mean, I met him through
Common
mutual
friends, but
friend.
we went to the College of Music together.
yeah.
Okay.
So I have a bachelor's degree in classical upright bass performance, which is like orchestra bass.
Wow.
And then I'm in my master's right now for like music theory stuff.
That's impressive. That is really impressive.
Damn.
But kind of like
Right.
the same feeling. It was like you kind of go to school for it and then you get slightly burnt out from it and you need some time off from
Right.
like, for me, classical, probably for you, jazz. It's like, so this is a nice outlet for
I get that.
just doing something a little different.
I get that.
Yeah.
So I know you said you're from Boston. Are the rest of you from Tallahassee, or are you from? Oh, okay.
I'm from Greenville, South Carolina.
I knew I heard a Carolina accent. I'm from North Carolina. That's why I picked up. I was like, that's
Really,
not a
what part of North Carolina?
right outside of Fort Bragg, military brat.
Of
So
course.
Army,
Oh boy, here we
Marine.
go.
Look.
Vietnam.
All right, military,
I was, yeah.
Army.
No, I was in the Coast Guard.
Oh,
My
okay.
brother was stationed at Fort Bragg.
Oh,
He's still in the Army. He's a major.
nice. Yeah,
but
my
he was
uncle.
enlisted.
My uncle just retired 3 years ago now. 2-star general, special forces.
Outstanding.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you know
Really?
that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
2-star general?
Shout out Uncle Davy Dog, love y'all.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, he was garrison commander at Fort Bragg for a little while. So
Very
needless
nice.
to say, growing up, I didn't have a dating life.
Mhm.
Everybody was terrified of my uncle. Rightfully so. He taught me how to shoot a sniper, and he pushed me to how many yards can you get? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's find out. You know. So yeah, he was like, so this is how you disarm somebody because you're female and you will learn. So. He's also actually, him and my mom both were the reason that I got into music at such a young age because he didn't listen to a lot of the things that my mom did. My mom listened to everything, but she was, Anita Baker and Frank Sinatra and Pantera and Metallica and I mean all across the board, like all of it. And he was more like on the countryside where my mom didn't really like country, but he liked like 90s country, like Waylon and Garth and Crystal Gale, just like Perez. I said too. She's still rocking it.
Is she really?
Oh,
She's got to be in her 70s.
oh yeah, but she still looks really good.
Jesus Christ.
Long hair as always. So yeah, he got me into all that. So naturally, because of the two of them, I was sitting here, during the pandemic. One of my best friends was talking about the podcast, and he's like, "You need to do it." And I'm like, "I don't know what to do it on." He's like, "What are you passionate about?" I'm like, "Music." And then I'm like, "Hey Rob, music." And then now we're just like, we want all the bands, and yeah. So hence, whenever we heard about the barbecue, we're like, we've got to get you guys on. So yeah, I've been excited about this one all week. Like, awesome. Not even gonna lie. Do we want to? Oh, we have. Let's look at chat. Who we have? We have Robert Knowles. He says, "Hey y'all."
What's up?
Hey y'all. Tammy says, "Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Friday." And then we have Bailey says, "Father Harris, I see you're doing a podcast."
That's my daughter.
Oh,
Okay.
Shout out Bailey.
Yeah, that's my 15-year-old daughter.
Nice. Okay. We have Robert. He says, "Very impressed."
Thank you, Dad.
And we have Ashley.
Yep.
Ashley's my other daughter.
I love you, Ember Fading. That is awesome. That's awesome.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you want to?
Love you, girls.
Gotta give the girls a shout out. Do we want to play a snippet real quick? Let everybody know what they're going to be getting at barbecue.
Yeah, we can play a little bit.
Yeah, so check this out, guys. This is Ember Fading. Come to the barbecue on March 12th, and you can get a little bit of this. That was badass.
Yes.
So we heard a little bit of a story while that was going on. So you want to tell about what happened?
Yeah, actually that night, my guitar pedal board went out, so I actually had to play that with any of the effects and stuff that I would usually play with that song.
There's a bit of a wah effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During that solo. And so no pedal boards.
No,
that
straight
was all you
distortion,
did.
and that was it.
Hey.
Damn.
Pure raw talent.
That is bad.
Man,
You
we
guys
gotta
are.
make it work.
You guys are like all just individually talented, and I think that's why, like, whenever I don't even remember, it's been a while since I first saw you guys, and I remember that I was like, dude, like, individually, each of you are just super talented,
Thank you.
and just what you guys do. So, yeah, like, that, I honestly, I cannot wait to see you guys on stage again.
She's been fangirling about this all week.
Tomorrow night. We
we
headline.
actually
Tomorrow
playing a
night,
show tomorrow.
Warrior.
10:30.
Do you
Headlines.
really? Why
Yeah.
did I not know that?
It's a
Now you
benefit for Mexico Beach.
Yeah, the peer
Oh,
rebuild.
that one,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes, no, I was. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to be there now.
We're
Good.
closing the main stage.
10:30.
We have Sour. Sour
Sour.
says, Hey, friends.
What's up, brother?
Sour, what's up?
Mr. Sour.
Sour.
And Bailey says, that's my dad.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Proud daughter. And we have Kyle in the chat as well. He says, hey guys,
Oh,
have
Kyle.
fun on the
Yeah.
podcast tonight.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That is awesome.
Kyle's a kick-ass drummer. Your
So-
captain speaking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. They were on.
Yeah,
They were the first ones to be in the Dunn
Yeah, I
studio,
love
right?
those guys.
Yeah, we got to get them back.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, it's still not done. We're just doing shit.
Yeah,
So
that's because you're never satisfied. You always got to make it better.
yeah.
Like, Jeremy is like the mastermind behind this. So like, it started with, hey Jane, you need to see this room, see what it's going to be. Come over, and he's like, this is my idea, and I'm like, great. And then it went from that to, hey, I just ordered like 8 cameras and like 18 mics and 50 TVs,
You
and
committed.
I ordered like 1 million. Sound things, and I just got a thing to put up. Hey, check out my table that I just got for us. Built the table, and I'm like, what?
Guess we have to do it now.
Yeah.
You've given me no choice.
Well, I guess.
Yes.
Well, shit.
Yeah. What was about the robot?
It used to be a desk and a golf cart charger.
Nice.
And I was like, you know what? I got all this shit laying around. I need a robot. 1950s robot. And a shop stereo. So 2 6x9s plug into his back. Anyways, enough about him. How are you guys doing?
All
Like
right.
a robot.
I see what you did there. So, what is your guys' most memorable performance that you've had together?
I'd say for me it was Ozark.
Yeah, I think Harlow's.
Playing at Harlow's.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
We had a
Yeah.
fill-in drummer for that day because again, our original drummer was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And,
wait, it wasn't Savvy.
Y'all
It wasn't-
actually,
it
you
wasn't-
actually called me for the gig.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
and
Yeah.
you were out of town or something.
No, my parents were in town.
Your parents
Yeah.
were in town.
They
for,
drove all the way down from South
Yeah,
Carolina.
that's
I didn't
what it
know how
was.
they would feel about driving right back out to Alabama. I forget.
Yeah.
Touche.
So we had this guy Dan Enfinger fill in
Mm-hmm.
that actually Melissa found.
Shout out, Melissa.
And yeah, she got with Jason Harlow and found this guy, and he's the drummer for Lost or Not up
Okay.
in Ozark,
Mhm.
and he filled in with us, and the fucking
It
show
was
was
super good. Yeah.
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that was like the first show that we ended up playing where it was like sort of out of, maybe not out of the comfort zone, but like it was the first like we felt good
Yeah.
as
Right.
as a band
Yeah,
Okay.
because it was like super good turnout. Everybody was very responsive. See,
Mhm.
I think my most memorable show is the opposite experience
Really?
at the Dam.
Oh, the Dam. Yeah.
Our first show at the Dam.
first show at the Dam.
At the Dam bar in Bainbridge. This
Okay.
is
Yeah.
I talked about this on the last podcast I was on. But we played this show and there was maybe like 45 people and like not a single person responded to anything.
Yeah.
Like
What?
Yeah, they
there
were all
was
sitting down.
They were all.
in chairs,
It was right
and
after
it's just
COVID, like after the lockdown just opened. They just opened everything back up.
yeah. it's
So
very
this is
awkward.
like last June, something like that.
I think so.
Something like
I
that.
don't know.
So it literally just came off lockdown,
What?
and so it was like nobody knew how to act.
Right.
Nobody clapped, nobody nobody
It's like, I
interacted
don't
with
know
us.
what to do with
So
my
it was like
hands.
I think I even said to the crowd, I was like, I'll just go fuck myself.
But the thing was
Yeah.
like the stage was like a concrete patio, so the stage was the same level as the ground.
Yeah.
So I just started running into the audience and like just
Like
like
a bull,
headbanging
just
in
like-
front of people and
trying
like
to get a reaction out of
Yeah.
people.
trying
at
something.
that point I was just like no, zero.
What?
It was wild.
But they loved us, and like
after-
they
yeah,
they were after the show.
After
Yeah.
the set, they'd be like, "You guys are amazing." I'd be like, "You
So
didn't
you
clap
fucking
once."
can't tell.
Yeah. What's
we're
wrong
the
with
number.
you fucking
We're the
guys?
most requested band to come back to
Yeah.
that bar.
Yeah.
So that was a benefit. We played a benefit show the first time,
Yeah.
and then the guy whose dad organized it asked us to come back out to play Halloween, and that time we had like a way bigger response and everything. But the
Yeah.
first show we played there was just like
Yeah.
How did that feel?
very. It's so
weird.
surreal.
It was weird.
Really?
Because we were
It was
doing
like,
pretty good. Like we were nailing the
Yeah.
songs,
yeah.
and everybody's just like,
It's like the best practice you've ever had.
yeah,
Yeah.
You nailed that one.
It's like we have all these strangers we're practicing in front of that don't like us.
Yeah.
But
they
after
did
the
like
show,
us.
they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you guys are great."
It's
We're
like,
like,
wait a
"Well,
minute,
what the fuck, man?"
Why
were
didn't
you
you-
at the show?
Yeah.
Were you there, or were you in the bathroom taking a shit? What
Yeah.
happened?
It was very strange.
So we go back on Halloween, and we have this great response, and everybody's like just
Everybody's
fucking
like-
excited that we're there and this and that.
dancing and stuff.
Yeah, and,
Yeah, way
you know,
different.
It's just it was like night and day. So
That's hilarious.
That's gotta be so weird to be on stage and just like.
Which I think we were
You
the
know,
first
like-
band to play it.
we were the very
Yeah.
we were the
It
very
was
first
the
band.
first. It was the first show like in Ozark in
Yeah.
like a
Or
not
not
Ozark
Ozark,
in
Bainbridge.
Bainbridge in like a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe they just forgot how to act. I don't know.
Wow.
But I,
They were
I
all
was
just
getting
sitting
mad.
there looking at us like we were like
I kept-
fucking circus freaks or
I
some
kept
shit.
going over to them and I'm like, I'm getting pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, I'm angry at this crowd right now, man. So I was like, I'm going to go show them what's up.
He's over here like
He
fully
runs,
charging with
he
his
fully
bass.
charges into the fucking crowd.
I'm like, oh, come on.
Like they're all just sitting in like patio furniture, and he's out there freaking just
Yeah, he's like
banging
the
up.
pit bull in the chain. He's just like.
You're like, said to Jared, I'm like, well, there goes Connor.
So, like, whenever you do that, like, how do you guys stay composed that you don't just sit there, get in the mic, and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, how do you
Well,
stay
I
composed?
kind of did, but
Well, I mean, yeah.
What did you tell me that you said? Like you accidentally said it into the mic, like after a song.
I said I'll just go fuck myself because I'm like, how's everybody doing? And fucking everybody was like, just nothing. It was crickets.
Cricket?
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
crickets. And I was like, okay, I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah, that's
I was about to say, I hope that you had reverb turned on when you said it.
Yeah.
Just echoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fuck myself.
I think it also like we're just trying to play music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ended up acting like it was a practice, I suppose.
Yeah.
It was just like
Which
Yeah,
I mean,
it
even
just turns into a whole different vibe, and it's just like, let's just fuck around.
because
Yeah.
it was so weird.
Yeah.
It was past the point of being like a regular amount of weird. We're like, oh, how do we deal with this?
Right.
And it was just so weird that we were just like, I guess we can't change anything. We're just gonna
Right.
practice.
But you
It's kinda
did the right
shocking.
thing in the sense that you stayed there, you played the show.
Oh yeah.
And you obviously got a good response because you were invited back,
Oh, yeah.
and had an even better response.
Yeah.
So really, my hat's off to you for fucking
Yeah.
staying there. I can't tell you how many times I've been to a show, and halfway through the set, it's me and a couple bartenders. The band, like,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah, fuck this.
Yeah.
Maybe they were testing us.
maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, I never thought of
I
that.
I just thought.
That's a fucked up way to say it. I mean,
That's kind of mean.
Yeah. They hurt our feelings, man.
so we do have some more comments. We have Josh from Tragic with a bunch of horns.
Josh.
What's up?
What up? We also have Bailey again. So hi Connor, hi Sevi, hi Jared, hi Father.
Hello.
Oh, she's
That's
loving this right
Hi,
now.
Bailey.
And
Spelled my name wrong.
She spelled Bailey, you spelled my name wrong too,
yeah,
man.
Paul, what up, y'all? What's up, guys?
What up, Paul? Thanks for the pickle.
You know, so funny story. So you
Yeah,
tell
what?
them about the pickle. Tell them about the pickle because I'm gonna follow.
Please tell us about your pickle.
Oh, it's not my. Well, it's my pickle now, but it was Paul. It was Paul's
Is this like
pickle.
the selling your kid thing?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I mean,
Not really. Why, you looking to buy a pickle?
Please
No.
share.
So
On the market, man.
a coworker of mine went to the Salty Dog and had lunch, and he comes back. He's like, "Here, man, somebody walked up and handed this to me. It's a little box, says Jeremy from the dog." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I open it up, and it's just a pickle.
a really big pickle.
And I was like,
That's
"Okay."
so good.
So this got to be Paul. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
So funny story is last night I went to Salty Dog
Oh, yeah?
and me and my two boys were sitting there and we had ordered and everything, and then he came back up and we asked for some to-go boxes and he gave my kids pickle. So I guess a pickle's a thing now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
I like pickles.
I don't know. Nobody told me.
Love
So I was
Yeah.
a little surprised.
We've
I
heard.
mean, whatever works, I guess.
So,
I don't like pickles.
Controversial.
Oh, you'll like Paul's pickle, and you'll like it.
Paul's gonna give me his pickle.
All right. Game on.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Probably has something to do with pickles.
Probably.
It did.
Okay, so craziest moment you guys have ever had at a show.
Craziest moment. Oh,
Craziest
probably
moment.
the Easter rabbit
Also,
Easter
in
rabbit?
Ozark,
Yeah.
it was
in Ozark. The Easter rabbit.
So we played there
moshing.
the night before Easter, and there was a guy dressed up in a full bunny, just
Bunny.
like moshing out.
Still think about pickles.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. Dill.
Dill.
Yeah, it was a guy in the like the front row moshing in a freaking bunny outfit. Yeah,
What?
that was pretty crazy.
He was having such a good time. He was a good guy. I talked to him after. Yeah.
I mean, hey, at least he wasn't just standing there staring at you.
Oh, and there's like a
You know?
75-year-old man out there just like pointing at everybody on the
Oh,
stage.
that
Like, what
Crazy.
Oh yeah, and then we saw him at
Waffle House.
Waffle House
After the
afterwards.
show.
Yeah.
We always go to Waffle House after
Yeah.
our gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do a shot of Jameson and then go to Waffle House
Jameson's where it's at. That's
Hell
my
yeah.
favorite whiskey.
as the
I
official
love
drink of Ember Fading.
Ember Fading. Shots.
I guess we don't really have any like crazy.
No,
Yeah,
not really.
yeah.
I mean,
We just had lots of good gigs. Nothing like wild.
yeah.
That was my next, like, your worst gig is, obviously
Well,
not getting a reaction.
Yeah.
Burrito Border
was
Burrito
rough.
Border was pretty
Burrito
bad.
Border was rough.
Yeah.
Really?
I had fun.
Yeah. I mean, I had fun,
I had free food.
Yeah.
Hey.
but there was like 2 people there.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
nobody showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Across the street was Baja's.
This was like Halloween weekend.
Who's
too.
playing? Who's playing at Baja's that time? It was like a famous rapper.
Kodak Black.
Probably Kodak.
Well, it might have been Kodak
Was it?
Black.
No,
I
I
don't
don't think
No,
so.
it was
It was Lil Baby.
It was
Little
Lil
Baby,
Baby.
that's who it
Yeah.
was.
Oh.
Was
So
playing
we're
across the
direct-
street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
at
Burrito
Baja's.
Border's got this big fence up, like 8-foot tall fence
Yeah,
all
just
around
blocking
the
whole
venue.
road.
Yeah.
So anybody who came out of the club and who was looking for more entertainment, they just couldn't see us.
Mm.
So not a single person on whatever street that is, man.
We had a really good
I don't
set.
even know.
Cole Street, maybe?
Pensacola.
Yeah.
It's Pensacola, yeah.
We sounded so tight, we probably just sounded like a PA.
True, yeah, true.
I wore my best Captain America suit for nothing.
Yeah, it was weird. Spider-Man.
Because it was,
Doctor
again, Halloween weekend. We had
Right.
2 back-to-back gigs.
You guys mentioned Ozark. What was the name of that
It was
venue?
live at
Live at
Harlow's.
Harlow's.
Yeah.
Jeremy, is that not the place that Remexis was talking
I
about?
think so, yeah.
The last band we had on Wednesday, Remexis, they were also giving props to. I'm almost certain it's the same place.
Yeah,
Might be.
I'm sure it was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy, Jason Harlow, is probably one of the best club owners other than like Chris Godwin
I'll be
to,
damned.
to deal with.
Wow.
You know? Yeah. Like,
He's just a good person.
he's just
Yeah.
a good dude.
Yeah, he really is a good guy. Yeah.
and
And
the
he's
best
all into
green
the
room
music and
I've
all
ever
that
seen in
stuff,
my
so,
entire
yeah.
life.
In a green room?
Oh,
Holy shit!
man.
Like a green attic.
Yeah, it was in the
It was
attic, and it
amazing.
had like all these video games and
Stage.
pinball machines and
Like
stage.
vintage arcade, man.
Yeah,
What?
dude, it was so sick.
Yeah, it was awesome. We're always like, when are we going back there?
Yeah, when are we going back to Harlow's?
Jason.
Yeah, you definitely have to go to Harlow's, dude, because
Oh, yeah.
Sebi was unfortunately not with us at the time.
Because his parents or whatever.
Damn.
It's always the drummer, isn't it?
Seems to be.
It's always my fault.
So, what are you guys looking forward to the most? I mean, obviously we got BBQ coming up, but what do you guys see that's going to be the next big thing for Ember Fading? What is your goal?
Finish the EP, I
Yeah,
guess.
writing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're trying to write.
Yeah.
We got
Trying to-
4 songs right now.
Yeah, 4 songs.
3.5.
Well, yeah, 3.5. We don't
Yeah.
quite have one of them down.
Thought
But,
about
yeah.
doing a cover.
Yeah, we were thought about doing a Leeway cover, which is an old 80s hardcore band.
Nice.
No one knows. We play it live. People think it's an original.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're out.
It's called
That's the
Kingpin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do that song, and we've been doing it for fucking since the beginning, pretty
Yeah,
much.
since, yeah.
Yeah, and it get a pretty good response. So we were thinking about putting that down on a
Nice.
track. Yeah, and taking that out on as one of our own / cover kind of things. You know,
Yeah.
Okay.
obviously would give Leeway credit for it because
Right.
they wrote it.
We'll give him leadway.
We'll give them Leeway,
Yeah, really.
but it's
So-
kind of an unheard of song.
Right, I get that.
So
So, when do you guys expect to have the EP done? For everybody out
that's a good
there
question.
that wants to, that wants to buy it.
Well,
Well,
when are we going to finish recording?
well, we got to finish writing tunes.
Yeah, we got to finish.
We had to
writing.
figure out how many songs we want. Probably like 5 or 6, right?
We haven't really
Yeah.
set nothing. We've kind of been writing in between shows and stuff. If we have
Okay.
a little more gap between a show, we'll do more of a writing on rehearsal versus getting ready for a show.
Right.
So it kind of just depends on
Yeah.
just how everything just adds up.
Because our gigs picked up this
a lot.
the beginning of this year,
Yeah.
so we've had less time to write.
One question that I like to ask: what is your writing style like as a band? How what's the process like from start to finish?
Well, it's changed really. I mean,
I
like,
guess so. I think
like the
everything's
first
been
song,
different.
Jarrett came up with the riff,
Yeah.
and then we built off the riff that he came up with,
Yeah,
and then
And now we're just doing it as like a kind of like a
just
jam
as a-
session.
yeah,
group,
we just-
you know.
we dedicate like an hour and a half or whatever of band practice, and we'll be like,
That's
hey, let's write.
well, yeah. Most of the time he's got lyrics, so none of
Yeah.
us really write lyrics or the vocal melody, and then me and him will write riffs together, and then he'll have riffs that he's written, and we'll just try to
Phrase out
Merge
song.
everything together.
yeah, we try to
Yeah.
form out the song, and then he'll figure out some stuff to do on top of it vocally, and then there you go.
I think
Boom.
the funniest songwriting aspect that you guys were dying laughing is when we tried to write like harmony lines to one of your vocal pieces in the abyss.
Oh, when we were actually recording.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was very very like ratchet. Like we were sitting there like with the
In the
iPhone
closet.
keyboards trying to figure out like the harmony line.
Yeah,
It sounds like an A. Well, no, that might be a C.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
exactly
how it
what
went.
it wasn't. It ended up being
Like,
an A, man.
Oh, it was an A,
Throw
yeah.
a sharp 9 in there, man.
Yeah.
You mentioned the writing lyrics and everything. Do you have like a notebook with poetry and shit already in it?
Well, okay, so
Dear diary.
yeah.
Dear diary today.
Dear Margaret.
Got bullied at work today.
So yeah, at work I actually write a lot of my lyrics because I have a bunch of downtime at work and I sit in front of computers.
Are you guys hiring?
Actually, we are, but
Yeah,
it's a horrible place. You don't want to go there. So I write a lot of lyrics while I'm sitting at work. I run through like different melodies in my head all damn day. So because it's a horrible place, and I try to put myself somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Shout out horrible place.
Yeah. I'm not going to mention them.
Yeah.
They will fire me. So I write a lot of lyrics like during the day and stuff like that, and then some of the songs, like the last one we just wrote the other night, that it's a song I wrote like 16 years ago. I haven't been in a band since like the late 90s or something like that, early 2000s. So I've been writing songs the entire time, but just had no music to them. So I was just writing lyrics and I had melody and stuff. So I was like, hey, how about do a song's called Stuck. And I was like, hey, let's do something with Stuck. And I said, this is the melody. And then they were like, okay, let's do this, and
Yeah.
it came together. And
Yeah,
by
see
the end of it,
that one
just
started
stuck
that one
together.
started with the vocals first.
Yeah.
And then we wrote the riff based around the vocals, but then the other ones it's like we'll write a riff. And then
yeah,
we'll have
most of
lyrics
them
that
start
fits.
with a riff first, and then
Right.
I'll fit like some of the vocals or some of the lyrics I've written over the years, or even just recently. I'll just I'll try to fit them in and add syllables here, there, whatever.
So whenever you say this is the melody, are you literally singing like a la 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 la?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of scatting it a little bit.
yeah, like
I don't know, with the words and everything.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just I'll say okay, da 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 da, and
Yeah.
and they'll just
That's awesome.
they'll fill in the blanks.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, what kind of gear do you guys run?
Who wants to start with?
All right. Well, most of my guitars are Epiphone Les Pauls, and then my amp's just a regular old Line 6
Hey,
Spider.
I fucking love the Line 6
Yeah.
spiders.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Other than the pedals, I mean, I'm not going to go through all the pedals I have.
Yeah.
but, I
There's a
mean,
million of them.
that's pretty much it. I just keep it simple.
My PA system is the old PA system from La Vila in Panama City.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your what mics do you use?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. So I use Shure mics.
Yep.
And then whatever your mixer is that you brought in.
Yeah, it's like a Mackie mixer, I think, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So funny about that is I don't know. I know shit about I know oh okay I know that's a good brand guitar. I know that's a good brand bass. Because my husband's a musician, and I know nothing about mics. Knew nothing. So for Christmas, my husband got me a Shure mic for the podcast.
But
And
he's
I was,
also a vocalist.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And so he got me a Shure mic, and I showed these two hey, look, and I pulled it up, and both of them went, damn, and I went, oh, that's a good thing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's awesome. So I just went based off of their reactions.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
whenever I saw Shure, I was like, yep,
Yeah.
you're good.
I was like,
So-
okay, sure,
Yeah.
go with it, I guess. But I showed them not expecting that reaction. So shout out Hubby for getting me a badass mic, I guess.
There we go.
Yeah.
Shout out.
What about you?
My main bass rig is Galleon Kruger head. I don't remember the exact code with it.
No, we need serial number and everything.
Shit. And I just bought a
What
Demeter.
was the sales tax on it?
I just bought a Demeter, the tube preamp for the bass. Hartkey 4x10 high drive. For basses, Ibanez. I don't remember the model name. It's the $700 model.
Okay.
And then I also played 6-string Ibanez Premium. with Ember.
Holy shit! You played a 6-string bass.
I also have a 7-string bass.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Comes in handy for Primus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we played, Jerry was a race car driver. I have to have a 6-string bass, so.
Right.
And then lots of pedals too. I have a big ass pedal board.
The tapping on. Wait, no. I'm thinking of another song.
That's Jerry was a race car. You're right.
Oh, okay.
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 Yeah.
That tapping, that tapping riff is just fucking.
Very fun. We'll play it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna go. You wanna go with me?
Perhaps.
Jeremy, you wanna go? We're all gonna go.
I think I might have something going on tomorrow. Actually,
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
gonna have to get back
Boo?
to.
Yeah, I might.
Look, I
Yeah,
just
you
found out
did.
about it.
Rude.
I plan my life one night at a time.
Okay, but
That's
it's not
fair.
tonight.
Yeah.
Very fair. Super fair.
Or in the words of Vin Diesel, one 8 mile at a time, or
Quarter mile.
Quarter mile.
Eight mile.
8 mile, yeah.
I guess Eminem.
Right.
And then I built my own pedal board, like out of aluminum.
Nice.
So it's like not heavy,
Okay.
but it's strong. That's about it.
Lots of
What about
pedals.
drums?
Drums, I'm rocking a DW Design Series kit. It is a 5-piece, but I usually just rock with 2 toms instead of like the 3.
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of money. I'm in college right now, so I don't have
Yeah.
the proper gear.
What?
Yeah, no, who would have thought? I don't have the proper gear to set up the 3rd tom, and I've been in like jazz school, which primarily uses only 2 toms, so I just rock with the 2 tom setup. It's got a cherry wood finish, so it looks nice and shiny on stage. Stand wise, it's kind of all over the place, whatever I can pick up. Yeah, but by the way, I'm not sponsored. I'm just passionate. I'm rocking a DW 3000 pedal for like my double pedals, and then cymbals. I try to use primarily all Zildjian.
Yes.
But I have a Sabian AAX Crash, and then a very shitty Meinl China that's like almost split in half.
A new one on the way, though.
Fancy.
No,
It's
new
here.
one got here.
Oh, it got here.
I just don't have you
fuck.
guys on Snapchat. That's why you
Oh,
didn't see it.
yeah.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too old
I got,
for that
I got
shit.
some of mine recently, so I just ordered a new special hammered Zildjian A Custom 18-inch China. So it'll sound very, very nice on stage.
Are you sure he's not a salesman?
Yeah, he kicks tires for a living.
So with you
$5
being
an hour.
with you being a basically an educated jazz drummer, whenever you're playing with the band, do you play traditional? I don't actually know the
Yeah,
term.
no, you're right. Traditional. I actually didn't even play traditional jazz school. The only time I played traditional was back in like marching band in high school when I played snare.
Yeah.
I'm just so used to match grip. I think it accomplishes everything I needed to get done. I do notice the traditional helps, but only for like the jazz genre, because there is a lot of very quiet notes you have to play on the snare
Yes.
drum.
Mhm.
Yes, and it's a little easier to get the quieter notes on the snare drum with traditional grip, but I prefer match grip just because my muscles are more like accustomed to that grip.
I think it's really cool that you're a jazz. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep fucking pigeonholing you, but you're basically a jazz drummer in a metal band. But that's actually kind of the thing. Otto from Limp Bizkit, he's jazz.
That's why his beats are so funky, man.
Right, exactly. 311's. I can't think of his name either. 311's basically also a jazz drummer.
Funky beats.
Yeah,
All the tops of jazz,
again,
they
yeah.
translate over like very, very nicely.
It really
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
I actually have another buddy that's in the jazz school with me, Carson Degner, who's in retrograde, and we talk about all the time how the jazz chops just make our rock playing like even
Yes.
so much better.
It really
Yeah.
does.
So it sucks to learn because it's like hard as shit,
I'm
but
sure.
hey, it does pay off in the
Yeah.
long run.
So we have a couple chats. We have Landon says, "My boy."
Landon.
What's up, Landon?
False chase.
Says my boys. We also have Timmy. She said,
Oh, Sylvia's. That
yes.
was the place that was in Ozark. I stand corrected. Thank you, Tammy.
Okay. Yep. And then we have Landon again. He says, "Don't get messed." Just kidding. Love you guys.
Camera had to go.
And then Tammy had a question and said, "Who would you guys like to
Ooh,
collaborate with?" Good
yes.
question.
Ooh, the Uzi Vert.
That was a very fast response.
Collaborate with.
I was about to say, I don't know if y'all collaborate with bathroom breaks during the podcast, but I have finished my drink.
We do actually.
that be-
As a matter of
In
fact,
just a moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Good. Glad to know that's on the
Yeah.
way.
Jeremy's got us hooked up. So collaboration.
Collaborations. I don't know.
I'd collaborate with anybody, really.
Yeah, really,
I mean,
yeah.
we're-
I mean, we've jumped up on stage
Yeah.
with
False
Falls
Chase.
Chase a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And
Then,
then
And,
on stage with us.
yeah.
And
I guess anybody, maybe not
Josh
just Callie.
Josh from Tragic just reached out to us about helping us with recording and stuff. So you know, that was pretty fucking cool.
I'll just say Tool.
Hey, go big or go home.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was wondering what Killswitch is doing these days.
Yeah, true.
Oh, my
Like
heart.
Wage War or something.
I am a huge Killswitch fan.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite bands.
Howard or Jesse?
Don't ask that question.
Come on, man.
Come on.
That's like asking whether you like an apple or an orange. It's completely different.
This is true.
But
Oranges are better.
For
man.
your preferences.
so I like Jesse on the first Killswitch album,
Yes.
and then I like Howard while he was in the band, and
Yeah.
then so it's
okay.
really
I agree with that. So this was something that me and him had talked about. Like we worked together. So he just randomly one day was like, "Hey, Howard or Jesse?" Or what was it? Cliff
we
or...
had this hour-long, and I'm supposed to be working, by the way.
Yeah.
I
we're
hope nobody
supposed
from
to
work
be.
is watching right now.
We don't mean this.
or you
Yeah.
get the signal fire is Howard and Jesse. So
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah,
you can't go wrong.
He
One of
knows
my
how
favorite
much of a-
songs.
Right, and he knows how much of a Killswitch fan I am. So he asked
Yeah.
me, and I'm like, all right. I said, Howard. However, Jesse is my future ex-husband. Sorry, not sorry, Josh. He is my future ex-husband. I don't know if his wife knows that, but that's okay. She'll find out eventually. But I do like Jesse, and I like what Jesse does with the vocals with the band. But it's not taking anything away from Howard.
No, I love Howard.
But yeah, because Howard was a badass, but Jesse is also a badass in his own right. So
Yes.
that was a hard question. But if I had to pick, like gun held to my head, I would go with Howard.
I feel like Howard just has like that operatic singing voice that
does.
kind of
He
like
does.
puts him on that pedestal.
So
Yeah.
I remember
can
when
also
he was
scream
in
at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yes.
remember being from Boston. I remember that when he was in Blood Has Been Shed.
Yes,
So I got to see them, which was pretty fucking awesome.
that is badass.
And got to see, Overcast when they were coming up, which was Brian Fair, who
Yes.
ended up going to Shadows
Shadows
Fall.
Fall.
And then they kicked out Phil Labonte, and he ended up forming All That Remains.
That's awesome.
So, I got to see all those guys coming up, which was fucking pretty cool.
That
and
is pretty
I'm actually in their
That's right.
DVD.
They're all from Mass, aren't they?
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I'm actually in their DVD. I'm just in the crowd, but I'm like,
That's
you can
You're
see
there,
me in
goddamn
the VIP box at the Palladium.
I think I've only been through Boston coming from Maine. We were driving through and we stopped in Boston, and I was like, look, like I'm Irish, so I'm like I've got to go to an underground pub somewhere. I've got to, like, period. Like I don't care what time it is. We're stopping at a bar. So we stopped, and I actually ended up running into a couple members of Dropkick Murphys. So
Pretty cool.
I was
That's
pretty.
cool.
I was
Nice.
like, Danny boy, and he was like, no, that's not who I am. But he ended up being really cool talking to me. I'm like, are y'all playing? He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, so we were getting ready to leave, and then he got up on stage and did like a little thing. And I'm like, I ain't leaving now. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm staying right here. Dropkick Murphys. Nope, not going nowhere.
So, I think we can do a
Yep.
quick
Yep.
little intermission.
So we're gonna do a quick intermission. Sit tight with us. We will be right back. And yeah,
Deuces.
go.
So we gotta catch Right, man, we're back.
Ember fading. Welcome
Yeah, we're
back,
back with
guys.
Ember
Oh, hello.
fading.
Yes,
Welcome
yes.
back. Thanks for thanks for hanging in there with us for a little bit longer. We do have a couple of chats. We have Josh said, "What happened?" I guess he's a little confused. We took a quick intermission, bathroom breaks and drink refills. Josh intermission time, and then Tammy with a bunch of
Cheers.
cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey,
Oh,
Cheers.
Hey.
cheers, dude. All right.
Cheers.
Hey.
Prost. All right, Steven. I'm going to jump in on you real quick. You're from Massachusetts, from Boston.
Yes.
I have not heard you mention Godsmack or Aerosmith yet.
Okay, I like Godsmack.
Yep.
Aerosmith, not so much.
No shit.
Yeah,
I
just-
can-
I could never get into them.
I can agree.
Okay. All right.
Very fair opinion to have on
Yeah.
I agree.
I met Godsmack
I like
at a
their-
show when they were still a local band
Yeah.
down in Providence. And, well, I'm not going to go out and say who was a dick, but somebody was a dick in the band. But
Short guy?
yeah, maybe the short guy.
Yeah.
It was maybe because there was 8 people at the show.
Oh. Poor guy.
That might have been it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the band was really cool.
Awesome.
So
So who have you guys met that's pretty like famous that you're like, holy shit, I can't believe I just met this guy?
Nobody. I
Yeah.
don't think I've.
Nobody?
Besides us.
I mean, besides
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that was a gift.
On the
Yeah.
topic of Aerosmith, I actually met Steven Tyler at Disney World when I was a little kid.
Damn.
Really?
And but like he was with a security guard and everything. But the only funny thing about like the interaction is I saw him like with my dad and like a security guard, and there was like this big dude in a Tennessee hat. And he called out to Steven Tyler and he said, "Look, there's Mick Jagger." and Steven Tyler kind of looked back like, "Seriously, dude?"
That's so good.
That's the only celebrity I've really run into.
Really?
Mhm.
Like, not even just musician, just celebrity in general?
Not nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I met
nobody.
Mac DeMarco, but I don't know how of a celebrity he is.
He's a pretty big celebrity.
Who?
Mac DeMarco.
Who the fuck is that?
He's like
He's like a Canadian like singer songwriter.
he's like one of the biggest like indie rock artists, like pop
Oh,
indie,
that's
bedroom
why.
pop
Yeah,
kind
that
of.
makes
Indie,
sense.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's Canadian, so.
Oh.
Exactly.
So is Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, I don't think I've met anybody. I was like 6 feet from Adam Jones and Tool because I bought VIP tickets, but I didn't like meet him.
Man.
That's pretty cool.
He's very chill though. Nice, seems like a good guy. I don't know. Like I don't know.
Never met him.
Yeah.
Met Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead, but I was like 15.
That counts. That counts.
I mean, I guess that counts.
That counts.
I don't know.
Jared?
Well, my last band, we opened for Tantric, and them dudes were douches.
Oh, 100%.
Also from Boston.
Yeah, sorry.
100%.
That seems to be a trend.
Oh,
Wait,
I'm
we,
sorry.
We literally opened for Smile Empty Soul.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we
Smile
have
Empty
yeah,
Soul.
Smile Empty Soul.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
opened for Smile Empty Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to call them out or anything, but they were kind of a dick to me.
I don't know. He didn't talk to
they
me,
were.
so I didn't even see him until he was on stage. I'm
I was
like,
about to
well,
beat him up
okay.
because they talk bad to Seven,
Yeah.
man.
They tried to set his drums up, and they kicked him off stage.
He,
What?
Yeah.
he was probably having a bad day. I was told by the owner of the Warrior River to go ahead and start setting up my kit so we could like get sound check like done for the night.
Mhm.
And they were like kind of in between like sound checking, like almost finished. And I understand, respect the common band etiquette to not like set up your shit while other people are setting up or like sound checking. But they literally weren't doing anything, and I was setting up like my drums, just trying to stay out of their way.
Mhm.
And the Smile Empty Soul guitarist was like, "Hey man, like I don't know who you think you are, but you need to get the fuck off stage."
God damn.
Yeah, there's only like
Which
two
also,
of them in
like,
the
isn't-
band.
And there was only
That's
two of them in the
Wow.
band.
Man.
It was a drummer and a guitar singer.
Yeah.
I should have said, well, why don't you get your bass player to say that to me? Oh wait, you don't have one.
Oh!
It's because they can't keep any because apparently they just keep being dicks to people.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's also like not even not even band etiquette. Like you
Yeah.
can literally just go up there and like do shit while bands are
Never
sound
had a
checking.
problem with any other band until Smile Empty Soul.
Until somebody who's famous
Wow.
talks to you, man.
So you said you opened up, Jeremy. You opened up for.
Yeah, we opened up for Tantric. They took the entire 45 minutes for sound check. It was
Yeah.
like 10 seconds. I was like, whatever, man. Fuck it. I know I sound like
The singer's the worst.
Yeah, Hugo. He's from Boston. He's from Boston.
Yeah.
One of my best friends
That's
went to
about a
high school with him. Yeah,
Really?
Hugo. Yeah.
Tantric.
And they came to Worcester and played a show in Worcester, and my buddy Matt he went Worcester. He went backstage and he's like, hey, what's going on? He was like, oh, you want an autograph? He's like, dude, we went to fucking high school together. Like, no.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
that's like.
He's a douche.
Yeah, sounds like it. Can
Yeah.
you say car keys?
Car keys.
Khakis,
I
man.
have to ask everybody I know
Khakis.
from Boston to say that. Sounds like you're saying
Alright,
khakis.
You talking about the pants?
Too.
Yeah, the pants. Khakis.
My one of my
Ew,
friends,
dude.
she's from Boston, and I tell her that all the time. I'm like, hey, I need you to say car keys. She's like, khakis. And I'm like, say it one more time. She's like, shut up, I'm not doing it again. She gets so mad at me.
Dude, pronounce the R.
Uh,
Oh, Lord, man.
No, the worst is 4. And my phone number has 2 4s in it, so it's 44. And they're like, what? 44.
Okay, so does your country accent come out being from South Carolina?
It depends on like context. Like if I'm talking about something like on like real backwoods kind of subject,
Like collard greens.
yes. Or like
Yes.
bonfires, Bud Light, Morgan Wallen, like you name it, and I'm already in the backcountry, man.
That's hilarious. I just had to ask because I was curious. So like not even no actors. Like that's so crazy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I've met a lot of people over the years. It's hard to remember.
Well,
Right.
well, I did play some gigs with the first ever group in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Coasters, you know them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yakety yak.
I went on.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I met them, but they were a little standoffish because they're just like they're like 80 at this point, so they're just
Right.
like playing gigs, and I had been asked to play with them.
Didn't Jason Harlow said he used to play at Kansas or something like that?
Yeah.
Over there?
I think he said
Probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to
Yeah.
play with Kansas.
Kansas, yeah.
was it Kansas?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
They're not really celebrities anymore.
No.
Yeah,
I've met a lot of like older,
Yo.
I guess.
yeah.
Go through
I don't know.
gigs and
I met like a lot of guys like Boston bands that became famous.
Okay.
Like I mean, Kill Switch. Like I
Right.
met all those guys.
That's really cool. I'm super jealous of that.
Yeah,
That's my
Shadows
bucket
Fall guys. I've met all the Remains guys, Godsmack, but I mean, it was all kind of in passing.
list. But that counts.
Yeah.
So, and that's even better that they weren't as big as they are now, and you got to meet them then. So
Yeah.
that's like I met them before they were famous. That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool. And that, that's something that I always said is like always go out to your local show because the next Metallica, the next Killswitch Engage, the next
Never
in
know.
this moment.
Yeah.
They were local band playing these bars before. You know what I mean? So, and I think I've asked you. Haven't you met a couple?
Yeah. Went to high school with a band called Social Burn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Went to high school with all those guys.
That's cool.
Too young.
Met,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
they were good. They're actually really, really good. Also equally really, really cool, especially their bass player Dustin
Nice.
or Dusty. Just a hell of a. I remember we were talking the 5th grade together and going to that sex ed topic and talking about hair. And this dude is hairy as fuck, and of course he had to roll up his pants to show his hair and everything.
That's weird.
That's just really weird.
Yeah.
That didn't happen during mine, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
I never had to take off my pants in sex ed. That's weird.
Met Don.
You're obviously confused and
Oh,
aroused.
nice.
Yep. At Floyd's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Damage plan.
Yep. We were
Yeah,
playing
nice.
the Damage Plan. Yep. I think I met Jackal.
Okay.
Jesse Ventura, is that his name?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, met them.
No relation to Ace Ventura.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then.
Loser.
I actually met Zach Wild at a Hooters in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Oh, yeah, you literally told. Yeah.
I
forgot
pulled
you-
up. I was driving. My dad lives in South Carolina, so I was driving from Boston, South Carolina, to visit my dad, and I was like, I can't fucking drive anymore. I'm pulling off the road, and I just pulled off in Fredericksburg, and the hotel had a Hooters next to it, and I'm
Good
like,
wings.
that's actually what I was going over there for, food and beer. And Black Label Society, before they were anything, was there. And
crazy.
Zach, I'm like, I asked the waitress, I'm like, is that fucking Zach Wild? And she's like, she looks at me and she's like, I don't know. So I'm like, it doesn't matter, whatever. And she fucking went over and asked him. And I see her pointing at me. I'm like, oh fuck. So sure as shit, he comes over to the table and he's like, hey, nobody really knew I was in the bar here. Why don't you come over and have some beers with us? I'm like, fuck yeah.
That's awesome.
So I went over and I took a Polaroid with him. And this is 2001. So he gave me a guitar pick with Black Label. He's like, you ever heard of Black Label Society? I'm like, one song, because it was like right when they were coming up. So
Yeah.
I think it was like Stillborn or something like that was the only song that I had ever heard from them.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was cool. I got to drink beers with Zach Wild.
That is pretty
There's
badass.
a very good chance if I ever met Zach, I might catch a tear.
Yeah.
Very good chance of that.
He is gigantic. I didn't realize
He
how
looks like
fucking
he
big
is.
he was
Muscle, yeah.
until he was standing next to me. I'm like, hi. I'm this little guy.
Damn.
Cool.
Jeremy, I know I've asked you, but I'm going to ask you again, like, famous people that you've met.
Yeah, they'll have to go back through old episodes for all that.
Wow.
I see what you did there.
Make you work for it.
See,
I can do that. Yeah.
Now we do have a hard-hitting question in the chat.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh,
What
Who we got?
Kyle, did everyone go number 1, or did one person go number 2?
Kyle, my friend. I went number 1.
I went number 1 also.
I just filled
In
the
the
drink.
bush.
Oh yeah! While
That's
everybody
it.
else was peeing, I was filling my whiskey.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yo.
Number 3. So if you guys could, this is the last question I actually have for you guys, but if you guys could put together, a tour, who would you guys want to For anybody,
Oh shit.
past or present,
Alive or
Not
dead.
alive or dead, past or present.
Oh.
The door is wide open.
Who would you choose?
I would love to open for Kill Switch or Pantera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah, those are probably my top two. What you got, Jarrett?
I think my top would be Nirvana.
Yeah.
I've always come up as a big Nirvana fan.
Okay.
I don't know who else. I mean, there's just so many good ones. I don't know.
Do top three. Do top three.
Tool, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Tool. I think we're all going to say
Yeah,
Tool.
we're all-
You know,
yeah,
that's,
Tool.
I'm trying to avoid Tool.
You guys know I'm going to say Tool
that's
for
just-
sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's a given, kind
Yeah.
of. I don't know. I mean, I definitely open up for the Foo Fighters too. The Foo Fighters seem like that'd be a cool band to play with. You know what I mean?
They do. seem
Dave
pretty
Grohl's so nice.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl
Yeah,
was just on Hot Ones.
Yeah, I just watched that.
Yes.
Hot Ones episode.
Hot Ones is a wing
He beasted
eating
that.
Yeah.
band, not band Q&A, but celebrity Q&A thing
Yeah.
where they eat
Where they go,
spicy
hot,
food.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like spicier to spicier
Spicy hot
wings.
wings.
Yeah.
Dave
Shaq's
Grohl.
episode is arguably the best.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Shaq's is pretty funny.
Yeah. Eric Andre. I'm a big Eric Andre guy, so that shit was so funny. He was on it twice, I think. He's so funny.
Who would you choose?
I think well, before I get to that, I think it says something about these two guys.
Yeah.
Maybe let's get sentimental for a second. But you guys assumed we were opening up for somebody on
Oh.
the tour.
That
Well,
part.
That's that work ethic.
I
You
wasn't
know,
gonna
they know
say
that they know that we got to put the time in, and like they'd rather open up than be the headline.
Yep.
Being this guy though, who do I want to open up for us? That's the question.
There you go.
You cocky little prick.
That's not you're not telling me anything I don't.
Damn right.
Dude, I don't even know. Like, of course, I want Tool. I just want to like be in the same room as them. Like, that's enough for me. And then I feel like we'd be if we were opening for a band. I feel like we'd be good for like Rage Against the Machine. Whenever
Yeah, that'd be cool.
whenever they decide to play some more shows, please.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Or-
I don't know. My favorite bands are like Meshuggah, Dream Theater.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm writing my master's thesis on Meshuggah.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Wait, are you bullshitting?
no, I don't. That'd be a weird lie to tell. Hopefully my like doctorate dissertation too on like Meshuggah and how they write music and stuff. So I love Meshuggah more than anything in the whole world now.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna say, I guess I'll say System too. I grew up on System, so I'd like for them to be there while they open for us. You know?
Wouldn't that be some shit?
Surge, you sing a little less, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
45 minutes, all right? 45
I don't
minutes.
know who the fuck you think you are.
Get off my stage.
Yeah.
Who would you pick? Top three.
I think from like an audience perspective standpoint, Korn, like no one's mentioned Korn. Like I think we would kill
Yeah,
it with
that
the
would
Korn
be fun.
audience.
Yeah, we would. Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
would.
Yeah,
Like
I
obviously
agree.
we don't go to the same keys they do. Drop A sharp.
We should. Yeah, we
Yes,
should.
we should. But I think that audience would very much like resonate with like the kind of music we play. But of course, Tool, like System of a Down, like those audiences also have similar reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like our originals are more like beat down hardcore. Like we
Yeah.
have very heavy originals that are like heavier than most of the covers we play.
Yeah.
So we should. I mean, we should.
Deftones, maybe?
Yeah, like
Like-
Deftones. Yeah.
That's
Like we could definitely open for like old hardcore bands too. I feel
Yeah,
like.
Hatebreed.
Like Madball.
Hatebreed,
shit like
yeah.
that.
I'm a fucking huge Hatebreed.
That's
yeah,
true,
me
yeah.
too. I love Hatebreed. That's a
Yeah.
good. Those are good picks. Like, I was kind of shocked that you picked some of the ones that you did, especially Nirvana. I mean, I don't think anybody ever really mentions Nirvana much anymore.
I love
But-
It'd be super cool to.
Yeah, it would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would. That's cool. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on. We do have 2 extra comments. Kyle said,
Kyle's on fire.
asking the hard questions.
All right, what you got, Kyle?
Yeah.
And Robert says, well, he's got big dreams.
That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
You got to dream big though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Go
Yeah.
home.
Go big or go home.
The fuck you doing if you're not dreaming?
There you go.
Bullshit.
That's a way to look
You're
at it.
sleeping.
You're sleeping. Dude, actually
Real.
fucking true, dude. Holy shit.
You guys have been like a blast. You guys are a trip. But thank you guys for coming on to Off the Record.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you guys are going to be playing tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
We're on the river.
Yep.
What's the cause?
Mexico Beach Pier
Strong.
Rebuild.
Nice.
So,
Mexico Beach
yeah.
Pier Rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mexico Beach strong.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Awesome. And then, of course, they're going to be at We're on the River again for the barbecue. And I
Yep.
think there's
Yeah.
14 bands still.
14 bands, yeah.
That's
14,
going to be an awesome fucking show. So be sure to show up, check them out. We're going to be there. Come say hey. And definitely check these guys out. Don't just stand there and stare at them. Like, actually clap.
Don't.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
please don't put them through that torture again.
Mosh.
Come
Mosh.
say hey.
Come
Shit.
on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to see a
Start fit.
fucking circle pit.
Actually, I'm wearing, I don't know, I'm wearing a authentic Mosh Apparel t-shirt.
There we
And
go.
on
Hell yeah.
the back of it says Killed Crowd Killers. So
Yes.
Kill the
I'm
crowd
here for
killers,
it.
man.
So yeah, check these guys out. Where can they listen to your music? Where can they find all your stuff? Social medias?
Well, so far we got Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel.
Now, fuck that. Come out to a show.
Yeah, come out to a
You
show.
want to hear us? Come out to a show.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this guy.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Y'all have a band together.
Be there.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. See
Thank
ya.
you so much.
Fading.
Yeah.
Ember fucking
hold on,
fading.
I gotta
We're
hit the
fucking
buttons.
fading, y'all.
You click buttons.
Hey!
God.
What was that?
Hey,
Not again.
Hey.